All right, ladies, so we are back. It is time to jump back into our amazing 3-day experience. And we get the opportunity to jump in and speak to one of Chase Great's very own amazing coaches, you know? So I'm just going to fall back. Look at her. She done got herself ready. Listen, let's go ahead and bring CheVaughn to the stage along with our concierge, because y'all know I'm not going to do this by myself. So, we're going to go ahead and bring our concierge to the stage. We're going to go ahead and bring our relationship strategist to the stage. She done got herself all the way together. She done put on a lip. Listen, CheVaughn is ready. So I hope you ladies are ready. I hope that you are ready. I absolutely love it. All right, is Jay back?
Jay right here.
Jay is back.
Hey, CheVaughn.
Hey, Jasmine.
First of all, come through. She went and got that lip together. She slicked that hair to the one side. She said, now you see me, now you don't. I'm here.
Oh, goodness.
I love it. So this is going to be our highlight of CheVaughn. So CheVaughn, do me a favor and tell us who you are and who you serve.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm a relationship strategist, and I help Christian couples strengthen their relationship and eliminate unhealthy behaviors through positive communication.
I love it. So you say relationship strategist. Now, what's the difference between a coach and a strategist?
So not much, really, the mind frame of it. So the strategist, I can see the different parts. With coaching, I would say the difference between strategist and coaching. Strategist has more of the pieces. You can see the bigger picture, and it's not so much of, yes, when you coach, you want to bring out what's already inside of the person. With the strategists, you usually have a solution, not saying that you have to necessarily give it to them, but you do have a solution for them. And so you're guiding them towards a solution. If they're off track, you're able to bring them back on. And because sometimes you do have to give somebody an answer. It's a yes or no thing sometimes.
Absolutely. I love it. I just love when you first said your power statement and you had migrated to the relationship strategy. I said, oh, that sounds so powerful. And so would you mind one more time telling us your power statement?
Sure. I help Christian couples strengthen their relationship and eliminate unhealthy behaviors through positive communication.
Love it. So CheVaughn, why did you start working with Toya and Chase Great?
Okay, so I first came into contact with LaToya in a mutual Christian relationship. I'm sorry, a Christian coaching group. And in this group, I respected the coach whose group it is. And LaToya was in there just giving value. And I was like, oh, I like her. And then so I joined LaToya's group, Start to Six Figures, and she was still giving value. And I saw the consistency. And then I started going to her Motivational Monday. I'm sorry, I don't
Maximize
know.
Monday.
Maximize your Monday. Yes, all these M's. Start going Maximize Mondays. And so when I was actually talking back with her, back and forth on her lives, and I was like, oh, she actually talking back to me for real. Like she'll say CheVaughn sometimes, or she'll put something. I was like, oh, she the real deal. Like she don't just have fans. Like she really communicates. And then I noticed that she was like the same all the time. And then when I start asking more questions, like in the messenger, sometimes she would type, sometimes she'll send me a verbal message, and I noticed that she was the same. And that's important to me. That's consistency. And she wasn't just out there trying to get some money for her program. And then it was at a time where I was trying to look for, what am I doing in my niche? I had a general idea, and so I was searching. And so I decided that her program could help me. And so that's why I decided to join Chase Great with LaToya.
Listen, I said the same thing, the consistency, the fact that she's there every Monday giving you those messages, the fact that she's the same person in the DMs as she is on her videos, or even in our group sessions, that she's very consistent, and that what you can hear from her a lot of times is her passion and her desire to help you fulfill your goal, your purpose. I'll help you identify your niche, help you get clarity on your messaging. So I absolutely agree 100% with what you said. CheVaughn, tell us what internal shifts did you have to make to shift into the space that you're in right now in your business?
Slowing down. So like you mentioned, like I described what a strategist is, I could see the outcome. And I know at this point what I want for myself. I dream big. I have big faith. I dream real big. And so what I see, sometimes I had to realize that it takes some steps to get there. I can remember being on a call and me asking questions, and then Toya being like, okay, well, look at level 1, it's already in there. And then she was right. I was like, you know what? The light bulb went off. We already did talk about that. But either I skimmed past it, or maybe I just forgot about it at that moment. And then it brought it back to me like, okay, take it all in, slow down, and just, actually I have to, and stop worrying about the time that the process is going to take. So me, I want it right now. And so I had to kind of slow down, like, okay, it might take some more time to get there. So those are 2 shifts that I had to make.
I like that last part where you said not focusing more so on the time, but focusing on where you're going. Like, you know where you're going. And so I love that. And so how can these internal shifts that you've had help your ideal client?
So in relationships, a lot of times we know what we want for our relationship. But when you invite God into your relationship, whether he was there from the beginning and you just ignored him or stepped away, or this is a new thing for you, maybe you're just now saying, okay, I need to incorporate God into my relationship. When you do that, you have to realize that the Lord, a lot of times when it's broken, when things aren't right, he's going to tear it down. And it might not look the way or feel the way that you want it to feel. So there's a process of tearing it down. It takes a lot of years or a lot of time to get to an ugly point if you are at that point in your relationship. So it might take just as much time, possibly, to build it back up. So he'll tear it down so that way you'll have a clean foundation and then build you back up. So just remember that actually the Lord can do anything, and then your mouth, the power of your words, making sure that you stay positive and keep your perspective stayed on what the Lord has for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The power of the words. I know that's something that you talk about a lot, and being able to help them change their words. And why is that so important to you?
Something about when I got this concept that I have the power to change reality. So, we've heard death and life is in the power of the tongue. When I stumbled across the Message Bible's translation of it, it says, words kill, words give life. They're either poison or fruit. You choose. That just spoke to me because it really is that deep. Like, you really do have the power to kill or bring life with your words, And so, yes. And then whatever's in your mind, whatever in your heart is going to eventually come out your mouth. So you got to train your mouth to speak powerfully and speak positively. Even when you don't believe it at the beginning, the more that you speak positive, the more it will become a habit, and the more naturally you'll just begin to speak positive.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that's some good stuff right there. So through this process, what did you learn about yourself during this process?
So what I've learned, like on my box for my VIP, Toya wrote a note and it says, CheVaughn, trust what God shows you. You have everything it takes. Trust God and trust yourself. And yourself is underlined. So sometimes I can get in a space to where I think I'm hearing the Lord, but I'm not really sure. We all hear God differently. And I know sometimes when I'm in his will, it feels like he's not saying anything. And so that's when he's leaving it up to me to trust that what I'm doing, that I'm on the right path. And so just walking in that and knowing that just because I don't see a big sign or, something that, and then also not looking at other people, because a lot of times I'll see the success of other people and I'm like, dang, what am I doing wrong? Or what do I still need to adjust? Sometimes it's nothing, I'm just where I am right now. So, just walking in my own lane and just trusting God to guide me on that journey.
Absolutely. And I think it's so crazy. When I was watching people unbox or people were reading the message, I think it was just so on point. The messages that were written to each individual person. Like, I feel like it was definitely a prophetic message that she gave to each person in their box. So when you read it, I said, yes, trust in yourself. What has been what has being a part of the community done for you and your coaching business?
So it's really helped me to recognize the importance of being surrounded by believers in business and also getting a little bit more vulnerable. Me, naturally, well, I don't even know if it's naturally. So usually I'm kind of by myself. I have a small circle. I'm not saying that it's hard for me to trust or to open up, but it takes some time. I have to build
Mhm.
that relationship. But getting in there and seeing that the ladies are kind of the same way, and then also that when we start talking, a lot of the same things are going on. Like I see them presenting, like when they're going live and when they're doing different things. I'm like, oh my goodness, I learned so much, and they're like great and wonderful. But knowing that all of them, like at the end of the day, that's because their gifts are shining, but when we come down to it, they're real people too.
Mhm.
There's everybody has different strengths, everybody has different gifts and stuff like that, but we're people.
Mhm.
And I appreciate the fact that they don't make me feel low for the way I am. I don't make them feel low, and it's just like we come together and it's love. So that's what I
Yeah.
do appreciate.
I say that every time I'm onboarding a new coach, or I'm just talking about the community. I love the community, that we get to grow together as a community,
Mm-hmm.
that we get to hold each other accountable, that we support each other. I always say, I don't care what time you write in the community, somebody is going to respond. And we are up at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning working on modules, or somebody's like, hey guys, have you seen this? And I'm like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Why is she on here? But let me respond though, because it's the community. So you never feel alone in the community. So that's one of the things that I love the most about the Chase Great coaching community. So he's talking about some I be sleep in the chat. Yeah, she be sleep, but we be woke. Somebody's always up, like to say, hey girl, I miss you. Or even it's that part too, just the fact that somebody's going to come in, like if they haven't seen you in a while, like, hey, everything okay? And let me say this, our community, I call her our community manager, but she's not our community manager. She doesn't have the title officially, but we all know who we talking about. Look at her over there smiling. Madonna is like our community manager without the true position and title, but that's what she does. She literally manages the community. So I mean, and she is
Yes,
there
she
to
does.
hold everybody accountable, including myself. She be telling on y'all too. Let me tell y'all, she had messaged me like, Jess, don't forget, so-and-so supposed to be doing. I'm like, you right, Madonna, let me get to him. So Madonna is like,
Madonna, snitches get stitches.
tell her again. No, I didn't say it, Madonna. I didn't disagree, but I didn't say it. No, but that's the community though. The community is where you don't have to feel bad about where you are in your process, because we're encouraging you to take the next step. And then we can celebrate you when you've taken the next step and encourage you to keep moving. So I love the community. What are some tips that you can offer your ideal client?
Some tips I can offer my ideal client. Keep your faith. Keep your faith. Um, keep your eyes on God. It might sound cliche, but that He's the map. He's the roadmap. If you want to know, God even tells us how to run relationships in the Bible. It's all about relationships. It's relationship with Him. And it's not going to necessarily look the same for everybody. It doesn't mean that it's wrong, but it might just look a little bit different. So keep your faith. Make sure that you watch your words. Whether you're speaking them out loud, control your, what you're thinking. And then even in the heat of the, especially in the heat of the moment, do not spit out something and just say, I'm just mad and this is how I felt. No, words are the only thing that you can't actually take back. You can try to make up for them. You can try to, apologize for them, but make sure that you temper your tongue. And also realize that Christians aren't perfect, and that's okay.
Absolutely. That part, as the young people say, even though I am a young person, that part. It was that part for me. No, but
Right.
CheVaughn, any last words, anything that you want to tell the coach that's maybe saying, you know what, maybe I should join Chase Grade, or they may be on the fence about joining our community. Anything that you want to say to her?
Check it out for yourself. You can hear us talk about how great things are, and I want you to experience it for yourself. Get in the community. Even to start the six figures, if you're not part of the niche certification just yet, ask some questions. We'll be honest with you and let you know what you're getting into. And don't be afraid to invest, because at the end of the day, when you invest in yourself and in your business, when when you invest in the coaching, you're actually investing in yourself and into your business. So you put out what you're going to get back.
Absolutely. Tanisha says your next level is in your next level of investment.
Mm.
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, she dropping nuggets before she even start talking. So listen, CheVaughn, I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for stepping out and sharing with the ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our relationship strategist, CheVaughn.
Thank you. Appreciate the time.
You're more than welcome.